I'm Sally Johnson, and I've been attending Hamline Church for a little over a year. Heather invited me to share some of the spiritual practices that have been sustaining me during this time of stay-at-home, of isolation, of learning to create community at a distance. One of those spiritual practices that I've been doing every day, sometimes even more than others, is the spiritual practice of walking on God's good earth, grounding myself in the beauty of creation and in feeling the Spirit's presence to me in this evolving spring time. While I'm walking, I can call upon the words of the psalmist in Psalm 46. Be still and know that I am God. I can call on those words and form them into a breath prayer so that on the intake I can say, be still and know that I am God, and let out that breath. And then as I walk, I can let go of a word. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. While I am walking, I am called to simply be in the presence of myself, the presence of the world, and the presence of the one who breathed us all into being. And riding on that breath, I find a comfort and a calm and a presence. I invite you to, as you're walking this week, as you're moving about your daily life, to ponder what despair is holding you, what despair has visited you in the world. Maybe you'd like to take that line from Psalm 46 and allow it to be your breath prayer. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Walking on these paths, I can hear creatures who are not worrying. I can see things growing. I can feel God's presence in the shh of the wind. I can hear birds. I can see the sun dappling on the ground. All of this brings a joy that cannot be found in listening to the news and in the worrisome time of night. During Lent at Hamline, we rested in the words and wisdom of Wendell Berry. And this particular poem, The Peace of Wild Things, has been, for many of us, a balm and an anchor during these days. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free. In Braiding Sweetgrass, Robin Kimmerer writes, "I come here to listen, to nestle in the curve of the roots in a soft hollow of pine needles, to lean my bones against the column of white pine, to turn off the voice in my head until I can hear the voices outside it, the shh of wind in needles, water trickling over rock, nuthatch tapping, chipmunks digging, beechnut falling, mosquito in my ear, and something more, something that is not me, for which we have no language, the wordless being of others, in which we are never alone. After the drumbeat of my mother's heart, this is my first language."